Get over here!
Mortal Kombat 2 is currently scheduled for October 2025, and ScreenRant has a few more theories on where the plot could take us. We previously covered 3 plot theories, but with how big Mortal Kombat is expected to be, we thought of 9 more for the much anticipated sequel.
Sit down, shut up, and pass me up!
Our first expectation is based on the game Mortal Kombat 2, wherein the titular tournament takes place in Outworld. We already know per the filmmakers that the tournament is going to happen, and we expect Earthrealm to be absent for much of this sequel's runtime. Producer Todd Garner has released set photos that suggest Shao Kahn's throne room and the Netherrealm will feature prominently. For the uninitiated, the Netherrealm is essentially hell in the Mortal Kombat universe. It's the place where the dead go for eternal torture. It's also known to weaken magic users, which could be a great way of nullifying the more overpowered characters like Raiden. Shao Kahn, meanwhile, rules over Outworld, where we expect most of the movie to take place.
I am Kahn of Outworld. Vacate my throne, or I'll soak these sands with your blood.
Speaking of which, we expect Shao Kahn to be a minor, albeit looming presence throughout Mortal Kombat 2, and we have previously speculated that he'll act as a sort of Thanos for the initial trilogy. In addition to that possibility, if we dig into the lore of Mortal Kombat 3, we can see where the story of the film Mortal Kombat 2 might lead. In the game, Shao Kahn orders his Shadow Priest, led by Shang Tsung, to force Sindel's spirit to be reborn on Earthrealm. When Sindel is reborn, Shao Kahn travels to Earthrealm through a portal that slowly transforms Earth into a part of Outworld. He also strips the Earth of all human life, which could be our big lead into the Mortal Kombat 3 movie, utilizing a similar cliffhanger to that of Avengers: Infinity War. One question hanging over this new Mortal Kombat is which Sub-Zero will we actually be getting? Kuai Liang is the brother to Bi-Han, whom we saw perish at the end of 2021's Mortal Kombat. In the game, Kuai Liang enters the tournament under the guise of Sub-Zero. Following his brother's demise at the end of the previous game, Scorpion vows not to let anything happen to Kuai Liang during the tournament, as a symbol of retribution for killing his brother. Meanwhile, Sub-Zero refuses to take part in a program to create ninja robots and winds up joining the Resistance. If this is translated to the screen, we could see Sub-Zero and Scorpion fighting on the same side. While that plot may be a bit far-fetched, we do think it's possible for actor Joe Taslim to be playing the descendant of Bi-Han, making him a more fitting foil against Cole, the descendant of Scorpion.
Technology and skill combine to make the perfect warrior.
If this new installment takes any other elements from the third game, we could see a bevy of robots being created to replace Sub-Zero's ninja clan, the Lin Kuei. The so-called Cyber Initiative was meant to transform these assassins into more compliant and powerful killers, and was formulated by their leader, the Grand Master. The plot of the game is perhaps a little outlandish, but at the very least we could see the same technology used to give Jax his robotic arms, utilized once again to create cybernetic ninja. This could also tie in with Sub-Zero's plot by giving him a reason to want to distance himself from his clan.
Why does fate seem always to conspire against us?
Among the many casting announcements for Mortal Kombat 2 is Adeline Rudolph as Kitana, a princess from the realm of Edenia in Outworld. In the game, she's the romantic interest to Liu Kang, and their love story spans multiple games and even transcends the mass reboot in the game Mortal Kombat 11, in which the evil titaness Kronika attempts to and more or less succeeds in resetting the Mortal Kombat timelines. Point being, their relationship goes through a lot but comes out on the other end intact, something we can imagine occurring in the film version.
My intent is to exterminate all life in this timeline.
Speaking of Kronika, we think that she will appear in some form in Mortal Kombat 2. While it's unlikely she'll be a primary antagonist or even seen at all, it would make sense to set her up for future installments. This could be as simple as a character dropping her name, or most likely an appearance from Kronika's Hourglass. This is one of the most powerful artifacts in the Mortal Kombat canon, and literally contains the Sands of Time. The film franchise is still in its infancy, but if the second part is a big success, then we could see Chronica being woven into the narrative in order to set up a future reboot, perhaps even a smaller version that resets the destruction of Earth that is likely to occur in Mortal Kombat 3.
I run this colony. I am Baraka.
Actor CJ Bloomfeld has been confirmed as playing Baraka in Mortal Kombat 2. The games often present Baraka as a bit of a mindless murder machine. In the 2023 game Mortal Kombat 1, Baraka is given a more sympathetic backstory, wherein it is revealed that he was once a wealthy Adirian merchant who contracted a terrible disease called Tarkat, which transforms its victims into creatures like him. We also learn that Shang Tsung has been harvesting Baraka's bone marrow for some sort of experiment. While this all seems like a lot of backstory to be given to such a relatively minor character in the film version, it could be a great way to give Baraka a more tragic human character arc.
Today's events were foretold in the final quatrains of the prophecy.
With Damon Harriman cast in Mortal Kombat 2 as evil sorcerer Quan, it seems like one of our main antagonists might be set. You might remember Hernan for playing Dewey Crow in Justified, or for his brief role as Charles Manson in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Quan is a demon from the Netherrealm who is known for teaming up with Shang Tsung as part of the Deadly Alliance. With Chin Han returning as Shang Tsung, it seems likely the two of them will team up to cause havoc, most likely through the use of dead warriors whom they can use as their own. Necromancy is one of Quan Chi's notable abilities in the game, and so it could be that that's how we see the return of deceased characters like Kano and Goro for the tournament in Mortal Kombat 2. Of course, we can't neglect the return of Shang Tsung, whom we last saw taking the bodies of his fallen soldiers and returning to Outworld. Among the souls in his inventory is that of Kung Lao, whom he killed earlier in the film. Max Huang is set to return in the sequel, which means we're likely to see him resurrected in some capacity, most likely as Reverend Kung Lao or Dark Kung Lao. The Revenants, also known as Wraiths, are essentially undead versions of fallen warriors who have returned from Netherrealm. They are created by Quan Chi, who uses them as his own personal army. Kung Lao is just one of many, and is joined by characters like Sub-Zero in his noob Cybot form, as well as characters like Liu Kang and Jax, who had previously given their lives to protect Earthrealm from Shao Kahn. It seems pretty likely that we'll get some form of revenants under Shang Tsung, probably utilizing Quan Chi's mystical powers to aid in entering these dark, undead variants into the Mortal Kombat tournament.
I don't think so.
So those are our theories for Mortal Kombat 2. Do you agree, or do you think something different will happen? Thank you for watching Screen Rant, and stay tuned for more movie news.